So as we had discussed few points over the biostatistics regarding that why biostatistics is science. The person who has written Nokia 61 plus, please mention your name, not Nokia. Okay, kindly mention your name. So in biostatistics, we have already discussed that why it is a science and what is biostatistics, what is this difference between statistics and biostatistics. Kindly switch off your audio, only switch on your video. Okay, so today we will discuss over what are the experiments, what are the surveys, and what is the records. So let us see. So biostatistics is being used in a source and presentation of data. What type of data? It is the data regarding experiments, it is data regarding the surveys, and data regarding the records. So these are the 3 points where we can apply the biostatistics as a tool, as a record. So let us see that what is the experiment. So we have already discussed experiment. So it may be related to laboratories experiment in the subject like physiology, biochemistry, pharmacology, pathology, etc. So in experiment, what we have discussed previously, that in experiment we have aim and object very much clear what we are going to find out in the experiment. So this is main thing, that any study and an experiment. Experiment is that point where you are sure that what you are going to find out in an experiment, like you want to measure the blood pressure of 50 persons ranging between the age of 30 years to 50 years. So this is the your aim and object, so that you can make an average and calculate that what is the difference of blood pressure even during healthy condition of a person's individual. Or it may be related to the study in the hospital. As I have told you, that it may be related to physiology, accordingly biochemistry. So how can we use in biochemistry? Biochemistry, as we have already discussed, like blood chemistry, like urine analysis, like several such aspects, like stool examination even. So what are the ingredients, what are the things in the normal urine, etc. we need to focus over. Accordingly in pharmacology also, so in pharmacology we need to know that what are the drugs which are essentially applicable for the conditions of the diseases, what is their efficacy, etc., etc. So these are the points where we can go for the experiment, and accordingly pathology. So what is the pathology? That you can have 20 such persons who are suffering from the typhoid, but how will you come to know about typhoid unless the pathologically blood is being examined, Vidal test is being done. So after getting Vidal test, you need to know further several other aspects also, like CBC, that what fluctuation has taken place in the 20 persons who were suffering from the typhoid. Likewise, we can study other diseases accordingly, like jaundice, like other pathological condition, like if a case of renal failure is there. So we know priorly that in renal failure, the serum creatinine level is high, and accordingly blood urea is high. So why these are high? And apart from these ingredients, what are other ingredients of the blood chemistry which are also disbalanced? So such types of experiment can be done, and we have occupied in mind that what you are going to search. That is why in experiment, we are sure that what we are going to find out. So what result will come, that you are not sure. But what is your aim and object? That 20 students, 20 persons of such and such diseases, suffering from such and such diseases, whose blood chemistry or urine sample will be examined, and we will see that what differences are there. Accordingly, it may be related to the study in the hospital, like OPD and IPD. So how you can conduct this study in OPD and IPD? Here I have already mentioned, it may be carried out with a specific purpose of study as we conduct during the courses of MD Home for our dissertation. So as you know that in part 2 examination, you need to write a dissertation, and in part 1, you need to submit your synopsis. As most of the students of 2019 session have already submitted their synopsis, and this synopsis definitely give you idea. And what is synopsis? Synopsis is a small idea that what experiment, what research you are going to conduct. That is, let us see the efficacy of arsenicum album in bronchial asthma, efficacy of arsenic album even COVID, efficacy of Brania alba in the cases of renal stone, efficacy of Brania alba in the cases of migraine, likewise that. So these are the things which are being studied in the OPD and IPD. And this is also aim and object is clear, that you want to know whether the homeopathic medicine, Brania, lachesis, or Natramune whatsoever is effective in the migraine or not. Likewise. So experiment is that part of biostatistics in which we have fixed aim and object, and that is why we conduct and we have the related study under the heading of biostatistics. Next, we will see survey. So what is survey? Survey is a process in which we conduct a study due to which you can come to the conclusion regarding epidemiology. It is for the purpose of epidemiological study, such as prevalence of particular disease in a particular area. So you can have a study that how many persons of dengue are suffering in which area, or how many, which area is very much prone for the typhoid, which area is very much prone for jaundice. Likewise, that we can have several studies as survey. So in survey, we need to go to the area and visit door to door and get the idea that what kind of diseases they are suffering. We can have the family history also, as well as other aspects. We can see who are suffering from which disease. Now here also an idea can be fixed that if we want to make a survey of a particular area, that how many persons are suffering from the breast cancer, then we will go door to door in a particular area and we will have queries that how many persons were suffering with the breast cancer or not. Likewise that we will come to know that we have gone to the 100 doors to find out that how many cases of cancer or breast cancer were there, and accordingly we got the 5 or 6 cases of the breast cancer. So it is the pattern, and it likewise this study is being conducted by even government to know at which area is very much prone towards a which disease. Likewise that survey is being conducted not only by the private persons like the medical colleges, but other organization also conduct such things so that they can come to know that which diseases is prevalent in a which area particularly. That is why we come to know that why certain diseases are very much vulnerable in a certain area, such as previously that dengue were in Bihar, especially in Muzaffarpur, etc. area. So there were several cases of dengue. So this, it is for the purpose of epidemiological studies such as prevalence of a particular disease in a particular area, particularly epidemic attack in a particular area or state or country, etc. Survey, we can study like changing trends in the health and disease. And this survey also lets to know that how do we come to know about several health hazards, like as we are facing several diseases like hypothyroidism, diabetes mellitus type 2, etc. So how can we come to the conclusion that it is a lifestyle disorder or whatsoever? So it is all due to survey. When we conduct survey, we can come to know like mortality rate, that if we go 100 doors and we get the idea how many persons died during previous 4 or 5 years, what was the age of their grandfather and father, whosoever has died, what was the age. So likewise, they several things we can come to know, that life expectancy also can be calculated through the survey, or like mortality rate, morbidity, that what are the diseases they are being affected, life expectancy, health hazards, etc. So that we can warn the people and population. How it is like that in corona, that we have come to know that this is the very infectious, highly infectious disease. How we come to know? After having a study, after having survey, we come to the conclusion that it is very much infectious and it causes several persons to get sick. So morbidity rate is very high, and so is the case due to which the patient die also. That is the mortality rate of the corona. Likewise, that we can study in the survey. So survey is the process where we can study towards any particular disease, their prevalence in a particular area, and that whole study is known as epidemiological study, which you come to know through your practice of medicine book in any disease, in any. So record, and what is record? So these are the three things: experiment, survey, and record. So what is record? Records are maintained for the comparative study, like several vital statistics are recorded every year for the purpose of study of changing trends. जो change हो रहा है, whatever change is being taken, that is to be recorded, that is to be have a study. So how we can study unless and until we do not have the record? If it is a recorded, then we can compare the data and we can come to the conclusion like birth, that how many cases of during birth, 100 births taken place, and how many cases were of stillbirth. So by the study, we have come to know nowadays that stillbirth rate has gone very down, because all the pregnant lady is conscious and they get their ultrasonography, they get themselves checked, health checkup, so that stillbirth rate is down now. So death also, marriage also. So these are the result of survey and record. And after record, we can compare and we can come to the conclusion that now the trend of particular disease, particular marriage, how we come to know that now it is arranged, love marriage is being increased in the society as comparison to love, arranged marriage. So previously only arranged marriage were being conducted or being undertaken. Nowadays the love marriage is also being carried by young people, youngster. So we can have such data also, and we can study likewise that how many such marriage got divorced as comparison to the arranged marriage. So how can we come to know? Unless and until we do not have the record, we cannot come to the conclusion. So record is very much essential. If we have record, then we can compare and then we come to the conclusion. So even some diseases like diabetes mellitus type 2, hypertension, respiratory disease, etc., all records are required to compare that previously how many persons were used to get affected by bronchial asthma, and what are the conditions of nowadays the persons who are not being affected by the bronchial asthma. Accordingly, we can also know that previously with the records, that previously when the people were suffering from bronchial asthma, they were forced to die. Now after using bronchodilator, they are being saved and their respiratory rate is good. So respiration is good. So they are in a good state of health as compared as in the cases of bronchial asthma. But at the same time, we also study what are the side effects of the bronchodilator in that particular person. So that is also a study. So after having record, we can come to the conclusion, yes, if we use the bronchodilator in respiratory disease or bronchial asthma, such and such condition may develop further as a complication. So these are the things which you need to study in biostatistics. Now, we have already discussed the qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data is a discrete data where there is nothing specific is written, only percentage and number of people is written. Whereas the quantitative data, we have all the parameters, all the frequency, everything is mentioned. That is known as the quantitative data. So in qualitative data, it is a discrete data. Qualitative, in this data, there is no magnitude and it cannot be measured as there is only one variable. Since there is only one variable, so it cannot be measured, cannot come to the conclusion. The examples are escaped, how many persons are escaped, cured, attacked, vaccinated. So only one part. We can have that 40 crore of people got vaccinated during this co-vaccine, or we have the data that how many persons cured the homeopathic medicines of the eczema. So we have the data like among the 30% of patients suffering from eczema, only 10 patients were cured with the help of homeopathic treatment. Like, and how many persons got attacked by the particular disease, and how many persons are vaccinated. So these data are said to be a qualitative data because there is no any magnitude. We will see that how we can differentiate between qualitative data and quantitative data. So see, it is a qualitative data. Like attribute, it is what it is like sex-wise case fatality rate, untreated cases of typhoid. So it is a case of typhoid where how many persons? 80 persons were studied and there 40 men were attacked with typhoid and 20 women were affected with typhoid. So total 60 persons were affected with typhoid. Now death, and among the 40 men who did not receive any medicine, among 40, 10 persons died, 10 patients died due to typhoid. And in women, what we see, 20 women were affected with the typhoid and had not taken treatment, and 10 women such died. So women died 50%, whereas men died 25%. So we can see that the death ratio in the men is less as compared to women, but it has got no magnitude, only discrete, only one data is available that whosoever get 40 men, what are the age of those men, what are the other criteria, those are not mentioned. Women, but what is the age of women? Likewise, it is not mentioned. So it is said to be a qualitative data. So it is qualitative. Now it can be represented in the graphical presentation also. As I told you that in a graphical, here you can see it is a presentation. So it is a part of biostatistics. So everything you need to represent through the graph. And what graphic? As we see that this is the death and it is the healthy person. So we can see that the 60 persons were affected, where the 40 remain normal and 20 persons death. And here we can see that women and death, it is the 50% ratio. So at a glance, we can see that here the difference is women in women 50%, whereas the difference rate in the men, it is less than women. So it is, can be compared easily, but only one data is available. So that is why it is said to qualitative data. Next, it is also a qualitative data. If you study that in a particular area, in this it is written, showing the distribution of leading sites of cancer in male. How many persons get affected with the cancer and what are the parts are being affected with the cancer, likewise that, but there is no any mention, you cannot study as a quantitative that what was the age incidences, how many persons were of what age, only that number of men who suffered from the larynx were 200, esophagus 150, lung cancer 60, lung cancer 40, testis 25, pharynx 60, nasal cavity 45. So that is why it is said that it is a discrete data, because it does not give the complete information. Only a ratio can we have that we can study from this data that most of the men are being affected with the larynx cancer, whereas little bit lesser than as compared to larynx cancer, esophageal cancer, and cancer, then the lung cancer, then the testis, then the pharynx is more than testis, 60 cases, and nasal cavity is 45. So this is the only one data is showing. So it is the type of study, the pattern of study. So we can have example of this qualitative data. Accordingly, this can be also represented through the graphical presentation. Now we can see immediately that the 200% suffer from the larynx, esophagus, etc., etc. So all data are being shown through this graphical presentation, 3D presentation, number of cases of cancer in the male. So what are these? This is the lungs, testis, pharynx, nasal cavity, all are shown. So and this is also another pattern showing such data.
দেখ পার্টিতে চলে গেল, এখানে সাইন করানো হলো না বলা সত্ত্বেও যে পার্টিতে সাইন করা।
Kindly switch off your audio.
চলে গেছে আর
Please mute your audio. Showing distribution of leading sites of the male, same thing is represented through the line presentation as in the previous classes. I have already given all the time that what are the types of presentation and what are the anything else, Adam?
ডিজেল করে একদম ভর্তি জল পেয়ে গেছে।
Jangi, your video is not on. Shiva, your video is not on. Vivek Kumar, Dr. Nidhi, your video is not on. Abhijit Kartike, Raghav Kishore, Ankit Kumar.
ঠান্ডা লাগছে, ব্ল্যাঙ্কেট ঢাকা নেই।
Oh, see, I don't know. Kindly switch on your video. Hello, কি কথা করছে?
বন্ধ করো, এসি চালাবো না, এই করবো না, একদম ফুল হয়ে আছে রুমটা ঢুকতে ঢুকতে। আর আমাদের এখানে পেশেন্ট যা বলতে শুনতে তোমরা নিজেরা মনে হয় ঠান্ডা লাগছে, 7-8টা ব্ল্যাঙ্কেট ঢাকা। আপনার এগুলো কমপ্লিট? একটু তাড়াতাড়ি করুন তো, ফাইলগুলো নেব। 303 পেশেন্টের খিদে পেয়েছে, স্যারকে ফোন করে জানতে পারেন কি লাইন দিব কি করবো কিছু।
Hello, doctor. Kindly mute your audio. So this is one of the way also we can represent the qualitative data in line presentation. So at a glance, we can come to know, so see here the larynx is written. So larynx, immediately we come to know the 200%, my God. Esophagus 100%. Likewise that here 60% tongue, lungs 40, testis 25, again pharynx is 60 and the nasal cavity is 45. Likewise that we can, why we represent the data on the graphical presentation, just to know, just to have a glance and come to the conclusion immediately, yes, larynx is the highest. So without studying other thing, graph can make you assured that what the study has been being conducted and what was the result. Likewise that. Now we will have quantitative data. As I have already told you regarding quantitative data, when the characteristics or quality or any other attributes are taken for the study, it usually vary. When it is very variable, just I told you that the cancer of lungs, there is no variations. But when there is some variations, like blood pressure in the age group of 20, so we have taken 30% of the same age group of 20 years, and when we measure the blood pressure, it is variable. So here it is a variable. So likewise that if such a study is being conducted, it is said to be a quantitative study. Blood pressure in the age group of 20 in male, separate group. Another study we can conduct, blood pressure in the age group of 20 in female. So now we can have a study. Similarly, the height in the age group of 10 years. So we can have children of 10 years at a time together, and we can measure the height. We can see the variable heights. So this is the variable, although they are all healthy, but there are some variability is there. So, or we may study with the frequency, like height between the age group of 10 to 12 years. This is the frequency, and male or female. This characteristic always from the group to group and place to place. Such data characteristic which may be studied in the magnitude number are said to be a quantitative data. This is the one of the quantitative data is like here what we can do, the frequency should be fixed. Here we can see the frequency gap is 12 years. So frequency gap is 12 years. So hello. Kindly mute your mic. This is one of the study. Who is this person? Or either I can mute all. Now you can have like 00 to 12, one person, and between the age group of 13 to 25. Like 00 to 12, person, and between the age group of 13 to 25. कैसे पता चलेगा who is doing? This is the one of the study which I wanted to focus over in age group in years. That is 00 to 12 number of patient is 30 cases. In any case, it is disease is not mentioned. So in the age group up to 12 years, there was one case. 13 to 25, there were 4 cases. From 26 to 38 years, 19 cases. And 39 to 51, 5 cases. And 39 to 1 cases. So we can see at a glance that the vulnerable age is 26 to 38. So this is the where the particular disease in any disease it is at a glance more that the vulnerable they are being more affected to that particular disease. And same thing can be represented to the graphical presentation, which can be shown like this. So like 0 to 12. So here we can see 36 or 26 to 38. They have the greater incidences of the disease. So by this we can have such types of study, and accordingly we can have a another different ways of considering the symptoms. Suppose that you are doing MD. So here I have taken patient treated where only mental symptoms were considered. 9 cases. 9 cases were treated only on the basis of mental symptom and those recovered. Another example is patient treated where first partial particular symptoms were considered. So 6 patients were treated with the partial symptom. So not cured, only transient relief was observed. And the patient treated on the totality, but mental symptoms were evaluated very high. So 15 cases were such treated and all cases were recovered. So it is also a type of study. You can study like this also. So it is the representation of data of quantitative data. Here we can have the variability that if this criteria is being taken, so 9 cases recovered. If this is to be considered, then only temporary relief is there. But when we consider totality as well as the mental symptom at high, the 15 cases all are recovered. And this the same data is being represented as a graphical representation. Same thing. So this was all the qualitative and quantitative data. Now we will have some question. So does anybody has any question? If you have any question, you can ask to me. The 5 minutes is left. So now you can have the discussion session. That is why I went in a very short manner so that we can have some discussion. So let us have that what you have understood till now. So any question? Nokia 6.1 plus, you have raised your hand, but you are not there. From next time onward, किसी को भी ये नोकिया या आईफोन ये लिख के नहीं एडमिट होना है, नहीं तो उनका अटेंडेंस तो नहीं लगेगा. तो माइंड इट. अभिजीत कार्तिकेय, nobody is there. वो भी नहीं है, कोई नहीं है. श्याम सुंदर बसूली, Shyam Sundar Basuli. Yes, I got. He was Shyam Sundar Basuli. How are you, Shyam Sundar Basuli ji? No problem. If they are having no question, you might be having some question. Do you? Do you have any question?